This video is to walk you through some of the tools that you have available to you inside the EBSCO ebook database. Open up the full description of this video to see links to specific areas of the video so you don't have to watch the whole thing every time you're looking for directions on how to use a specific tool. Once you are inside a book, to find out what you can do with it, you want to look at the detailed record, and that's over here in the left-hand panel. So if you don't see it, you want to click on these little arrows to open it up. Some publishers are quite restrictive with what they will allow you to do with an ebook, like in this example. This publisher will not allow you to save, print, or email any pages from this ebook. This second entry shows you how many copies are available in our database. In this example, we have 40 copies. Right now, 39 of them are available because I am inside one of them. So what that means is 39 other people could open this ebook and be reading it at the same time. There are other books in the database that have much fewer restrictions, and here's an example of that. This publisher will allow you unlimited pages to print, email, and save. You can also copy and paste sections from this book. And this particular book, there are an unlimited number of copies available. And that means every person in the entire Los Rios district could be reading this book at the same time. To navigate to specific sections of the book, you're going to use this pull bar to see the different chapters within the book. Unfortunately, you cannot link to a specific page or a specific chapter. So if your instructor has assigned a book, they can only provide you with a link to the actual book. Then you're going to look in the description of what they're assigning to find out exactly what you're supposed to be reading, either a page number or a chapter number. For example, if they asked you to read chapter 9 of this book, you would navigate through the table of contents and then click on chapter 9. As you're reading, you're just going to scroll down and it will continue to take you through the book. If you need the text larger, you can click the zoom in button, or smaller, the zoom out button. If you want it full screen, you're going to click the 4 arrows. And if you want to navigate to the next chapter, those are these arrows down here at the bottom. There are many tools that you can access without being logged into the database that you can use without being logged in. I'm going to go through those first. You can save pages. When you click on this link, it's going to open up and it will tell you how many pages that you are allowed to save. In this case, it's unlimited. I could do the current page, or I could do an entire section or chapter. And when you click Save PDF, it will download to your computer. But remember, on this one, that was much more restrictive. When I click Save Pages, it shows me I have 0 number of pages available. This book will not allow me to download a PDF copy of any portion of this book. Without logging in, you can also email pages to yourself. Same thing as with downloading. In this book, I have an unlimited number of pages. In this book, it will not allow me to email pages to myself. Same with printing. This book will not allow me to print any pages. This book gives me an unlimited number of pages that I can print. The citation tool is useful if you are using portions of this book to write a research paper or some other report where you have to cite your sources. The citations are in alphabetical order depending on the style. So if you're using, the 2 most popular are APA or MLA. So you'll just scroll down to MLA if you're using MLA, and you can copy and paste this into your works cited page. The dictionary tool is if you come across any word within the book that you aren't familiar with and you don't understand, you could search for that word inside the dictionary and it will give you a definition. The permalink is important if you want to share this book with anyone else, or if you want to save a link to this book yourself. You always want to grab the permalink rather than grabbing the URL that's in the top of the address bar. And the reason for this is that this is password protected just for students within the Los Rios district. So it will remain constant. Whereas if you grab a URL up in the top URL bar, that URL will not remain constant and you won't be able to continue getting access to the ebook. The final tool that you can use without being logged in is the search within. So if you're searching for a specific name or a specific event, you can search within the ebook. So you can see my keywords highlighted, 2016 and election, and it shows me all the pages that those two words appear. The last few tools that I'm going to show you are only available if you log in and create an account within EBSCO. To do that, you're going to click Sign In the upper blue bar. If you don't currently have an EBSCO account, you're going to click here to sign up. I already have an account, so I'm going to go ahead and log in. When you create your account, it can be any email address or username. It doesn't have to be your WID and the same password, although you can do that if you want to remain consistent. Now that I'm logged in, there's a couple other tools that I can use. I can add this book to a folder, and that will remain constant in my account, and I know I'm logged in because I see my name up here, and my folders are right here. If I add this to a folder, it's going to go into this area. I can send this to a Google Drive. When I click on this, then I will click Export for how many number of pages, and it's going to ask me if I have multiple Google accounts, it's going to ask me which one that I want to access. I can download this book and save it to my device. To do that, you're going to click Full Download. You will choose the method in which you want to download it and then click Full Download. This will allow you to read the book offline, which means you don't have to be connected to the internet. The book is actually going to save on your device for a time. Now remember, there are restrictions on different books. So back on the other book that we've been looking at, when I click Full Download, the only option is an EPUB version, and I have to have free software, Adobe Digital Editions, to be able to read the book on my device. This book also restricts the number of hours that I will have access to this book offline. The most I can choose is 504 hours, which if I do the math, divide that by 24 hours in a day, that's 21 days that I could have it on my device. And then the final tool, which will probably be the most helpful, is you can create notes within the book. So if you are assigned a chapter and you're reading and you want to take some notes on any given page, if you click the My Notes button and add a note, it creates the note. And this can be sorted by date or by page, so it shows me which page I made this note on. That's the end of this video showing you about tools inside the EBSCO ebook database.